Yeah, I just want to tell y'all how God is so good. My eyes is a little red because I just finished praising and crying out to Him or whatever. But what a lot of people don't know is that I took a leap of faith by moving from Miami to Davenport. And it's something that I prayed about, and I asked God for a change. I asked God for, separation so I could focus on Him and whatever my purpose is supposed to be for my life, and just being in a new setting and finally just trusting God and being okay with starting from scratch. But nevertheless, after I prayed out to Him, He guided me to move here to Davenport, and I did that. And I had no plan. I have no friends here, no clients here, just like nothing. And I basically just moved. And, when you step out on faith, it's very scary because the unknown is unscary. Most of the times we feel like we have our lives planned out, and once you realize that the plans you have for yourself may not be what God has planned for you, you have to be able to be humble enough to just put what you want aside and just obey. And it's so important to obey because obedience is better than sacrifice. And with that being said, I packed up short notice, moved here to Davenport, and it's just like I trusted God wholeheartedly. I knew I had bills. I didn't know if the clients was gonna come. I even told God, like, hey God, I'm okay if I have to, get a job or whatever. Like, I work from home. I, try to get in at the post office, just being okay with whatever I had to do to make it work here, y'all. So I officially moved here October 14th, and I started taking clients on October 17th, y'all. When I tell y'all, God has blown my mind because I am very aware of how hard it is to start over in a new city, especially as an entrepreneur, and knowing that money is not guaranteed. And y'all, from October 17th to November 30th, 61 appointments booked. 61 appointments booked. Like, the more I say it, I feel like I'm gonna tear up. Hold on, give me a second. So when I tell y'all God is so good, like, I had went through my calendar and I just really like counted the appointments I had from October 17th to the 30th of this month. And when I got to the number, once I got past 30, and I just kept counting, I'm just like, Lord, I literally had to just stop, and I just broke down crying, and I just put on my worship music and I went into prayer because God is so good. Like, people don't understand, like, God is so good, and He hears your prayers. He hears when you cry out, when you and your what they call it, they have a certain word for it, your, I can't even think of the words right now. When you're in your secret place and you just praying and crying out to Him, like, He hears your prayers. He hears the desires of your heart. And if your desires match up to the will He has for you, the plan He has for your life, only thing that plays in my mind is when I went to church that last time when I was in Miami, when He was like, the lady who was praying over me was like, God is saying that your season of lack is over. And just when I was just praying out to God, I was just like, my season of lack is finally over. Like, if people only knew what I was going through mentally, financially, like the stress that I had, being overwhelmed with so many bills, being a single parent, business owner, all I could do was just tell God, thank you. Like, and just fall to my knees and just, oh, I don't understand. But if you understand, then you get it. And for those who don't know, please just get to know God for yourself. Like, the biggest thing we do in our society is we want to turn to everything else but God. And we have to remember that when it comes to all this new age spirituality and all these other religions, everybody took a piece of the Bible and decided to choose what they wanted to follow, what they wanted to obey. Like, they want to choose bits and pieces. But if you really get to know the God, the one true God that there is, and you choose to follow Him and just be obedient, the things that God would do for you, it's really mind-blowing. And I've been in a place of overwhelmness, like overwhelmed with joy, overwhelmed with gratitude, overwhelmed with thankfulness. Like, and I know this is just the beginning. I only been here for 1 month. This is just the beginning. And just even with rebranding my business and just telling God, like, you know what? I did everything the first time the world's way, culture's way. But coming here in this new city, I was like, God, I just want to do everything kingdom's way. I tried culture way. It lasted for a little time. It felt good in that moment, but it wasn't sustainable. When it's kingdom's way, I just pray that this message just blesses somebody on this timeline. And I know on this app, we don't like to really promote positivity. This is more of a negative app, like everybody who speaks about everybody in a negative light, or that's the viral moment that a lot of people look for. But in a world full of copycats, I want to be set apart. And I promise God that whatever happens in my life, I just want to use it all and take it all. And I know it's for his glory at the end. So I hope that if you're watching this and God's been putting something on your heart to do, but your fear and your anxiousness get the best of you, just let go of control and let God just do what he do. Like, he's God. He's going to God in every goddess way possible. Just trust him. Obedience is better than sacrifice. But y'all be blessed and be grateful.